children, welcome back to our maths class. Today we are discussing how we can draw a pie chart. Previous class we studied the histogram. For the continuous class interval we will draw the histogram. Today we are discussing how we can draw the pie chart or circle graph. The question is given, flavors. Percentage of students preferring the flavors. The ice cream, which flavors the students like, that is given. And chocolate, how many of them like? 50% of the students told they like the chocolate. Vanilla liked by 25%, other flavors liked by 25%. This information you want to represent in a pie chart or circle graph. You already know that a circle means total. Total how much degree will be 360 degree. You already know that. This straight line if you are drawing, top will be 180 degree, the down also will be 180. Total circle degree means 360 degree will be a circle. In fraction, then this other question given, chocolate 50%. These two columns you want to make. First one is in fraction. Here percentage is given. So how total percentage is 100. So 50% means we will write that 50 by 100. We can cut the zeros. 5 by 10 means that is equal to 1 by 2. Next will be 25%. That also will be 25 by 100. 25 how many times in 100? That will be 1 by 4. Again next also will be 25 by 100. That is equal to 1 by 4. Then we made the given data in fraction form. 50% means 50 by total percentage we are considering 100. So 50% by 100% means that is equal to 1 by 2. 25 by 100 means 1 by 4. The next also 1 by 4. Next you want to know that I already told a circle means total 360 degree. How much degree we want to give for this half? Then fraction of 360 means here you got 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 360. We can cut this, that you got 180 degree you want to mark for the chocolate. Next 1 by 4 into 360. Then thus you can 9 times 90 degree you want to mark for the vanilla. Next again 1 by 4 into 360 degree. Again you got 90 degree. That will be for the other flavors. Then total you look 180 plus 90 plus 90 means 360 degree. So one circle is over. Then we can mark. For drawing this, first we will mark the center of the circle that I am giving O. Then we can mark one radius also. Here I am marking, this will be the radius. I am marking this OA. Then OA I have taken. From here you want to center O. You want to keep the center of the protractor and the baseline along OA. Once again center of the protractor you want to keep on center of the circle and OA will be along the baseline of the protractor. Then you want to mark 180 degree. Here no doubt here will be the 180 degree because it is a straight line. 180 degree. Then this much part I am giving. Here I am marking B and here I am A. Then AOB will be this will be the 180 degree. This like by chocolate. CHOCO. Chocolate. If you want you can give another shading also. Next will be 90 degree. Then again we can keep center of the circle on O and B. OB on the baseline and we want to take 90 degree. Here this will be this is like by vanilla. This will be 90 degree. This is like by vanilla. Next 90 by other flavors. Other flavors. If you want you can shade here also different ways. This will be 180 degree and this will be the center of the circle. You clear? For after getting the values, you want to make another two columns in fraction and fraction of 360. In fraction here percentage is given, that's why denominator will be 100. 50 by 100, that is equal to 1 by 2. 25 by 100, 1 by 4. Then you want to look how many parts of 360. 1 by 2 into 360 you will get 180. Then 180 degree like by chocolate, 90 degree like by vanilla, 90 degree by other flavors. This way we can draw the circle graph or pie graph. One more question. That means draw a pie chart for the time spent by a child during a day. That is given. Sleep, how many hours? 8 hours. School, 6 hours. Homework, 4 hours. Play, 4 hours. Others, 2 hours. This data you want to draw a pie chart or circle graph. First, we already know that in fraction. In the case of a percentage, what we are doing, given number by 100. But here you already knows total hours. Total hours will be 24 hours. In a day, you already knows that total hours will be 24. Like that, total how much you want to look. Then given number. In fraction means 8 by 24. We can make this small, that is equal to 1 by 3. Like that. 6 by 24, because total 24 hours are the 1 by 4. We can cut 6 and 24, you will get 1 by 4. Again 4 by 24. 1 by 6. Again 4 by 24, that is equal to 1 by 6. Then 2 by 24, that is equal to 1 by 12. This will be the representation of fraction. That means this will be our question. Sleep item and time spent. These two given. Next you want to make two more column. First one is in fraction. How much is the total? Given divided by total. Then you will get the fraction. Here 24 hours are the total. So 8 by 24 you are getting 1 by 3. Next I told part of 360 we have written in the previous question, that is known as the central angle. How much angle we want to draw in the circle graph, that is known as the central angle. For getting the central angle, 1 by 3 into 360. Then we will cut this. You will get 120 degree you want to draw for the sleeping. That means 8 hours sleeping. That means in the circle graph 120 degree you want to take. Next one is 1 by 4 into 360. 1 by 4 into 360. That is 90 degree you want to draw for the school. That is 6 hours. Next one is 1 by 6 into 360. You are getting 60 degree you want to draw for the homework. Again playing 4 hours. That also 1 by 6 into 360. We can cut this 60. 60 degree we can draw for the playing. Others 1 by 12 into 360. That will be 3 times. That is 30 degree you want to represent for the other activities. So I already told, first you want to mark the center O and we can draw one radius. Center to the circle, we can draw one line. You can give any name here, OA, OB or anything. Then center of the protractor we want to keep on the O and base line along OB, and you want to take 120 degree here. Here this will be, just you want to look the protractor and mark that 120 degree, that you will get 120 degree, that is for the sleep. And next will be 90 degree, that also you want to take in the protractor, that is will be school, that is 90 degree. Then 60 you can mark 260s and 30 also you want to mark the 260 degrees and 30, that will be our circle graph. We already studied now how we can draw a pie graph or pie chart or circle graph. Now we are looking another topic, chance and probability. You knows about what is meant by probability or chances. We already heard that it may be rain. chances we are saying. It may be rain or there is no chance of rain. Both are possible. And we are predicting before a match that team A will win the match. There is the chance only. We can't say correctly who will win. Like that. Suppose that you studied that 4 lessons are for the exam and we left one lesson and maximum question came from that left lesson. Like that, there is a chances are there. We are thinking like that, there is no problem like that. There is a chance of winning and losing. Then what that is means by chance and probability. What does mean by a random experiment? Random experiment means we already knows that outcomes of the experiment. Outcome means result. In this probability we are saying outcome means result of the experiment. One experiment is there, you already knows which are the result or outcome of the experiment, but we can't predict which one will be the result. Like that experiment are known as the random experiment. For example, tossing a coin. You already knows that the outcomes, head and tail are the possible outcomes, but we can't predict which one will come. Like that experiment are known as the random experiment. Outcomes you already knows, but we can't predict which outcome will come. That experiment are known as the random experiment. Outcomes I already told. Result of the experiment. Any result that is known as the outcome. Equally likely outcomes. Equally likely outcome means, suppose that we are tossing a coin. I already told we can't predict which one will come. Head coming chance and tail coming chances are equal. If you are doing the experiment more times, we will get the head and tail number also will be increasing. That means the chance of occurring head and tail are equal. Suppose that we are throwing a die. We already knows that die means 1 to 6 numbers. A snake and ladder while you are playing, that coin, that is known as the die. That means 6 faces are there, 1 to 6, 1, 2 dots are there in the other face, 6 faces are there, 6 numbers also there. Then this also, when we are throwing, 1 to 6 numbers coming chances are also equal. We can't predict which one will come. Like that outcomes are known as the equally likely outcome. Suppose that in our daily life, one train, we are going in a train and it became late. Then that day only it late, but next day maybe it come on the right time. Therefore that outcome is not equally likely. Coming and late coming and early coming, we can't say that equal chances. Then here equally outcomes means the outcomes have the equal chance to occur. That is known as the equally likely outcome. Next one, outcomes as event. In the case of a coin tossing, head and tail are the outcome. Thus outcomes are known as the events. Suppose there are 2 outcomes we are taking together, that also known as the event. Head or tail will be the event for a coin tossing. Suppose that if your die is throwing, I already told 1 to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the outcomes of a die. Then if you are taking all these outcomes separately, that we can call event. Suppose that we are taking even numbers, that then it coming 2, 4, 6. Then if that 3 outcomes we are taking together, that also known as an event. Odd numbers we are taking, that also we can take as an event. All the outcomes or 2 or 3 outcomes together also known as the event. Next one is probability of an event is equal to number of outcomes that make an event by total number of outcomes. Clear? Number of favorable outcome, number of outcomes that makes an event divided by total number of outcome. In the case of a tossing a coin we are taking, I already told head and tail are the total outcomes. Then how many outcomes are the total? 2. Number of outcome, probability of getting head is equal to P of H means probability of getting head is equal to number of outcome that make an event. Head means only one time possible. How many total outcomes? 2. Head and tail are the total outcome. Probability of head means only one time possible head. Therefore 1 by 2. Probability of tail is equal to P of T. That also will be 1 by 2. Total outcomes head and tail. So that is 2. Tail means only 1. So P of T. Probability of tail is equal to 1 by 2. Suppose that we are using I already told die. Possible. That is, look next question. When a die is thrown, list of outcomes of an event of getting a prime number. Die means I already told that 1 to 6 numbers are on the face of the die. Then prime number. Then possible outcomes are, which are the possible outcomes? 1 to 6 are the possible outcomes. That is 1, when a die is thrown, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the possible outcomes. Die throwing, thus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the possible outcome. First, they didn't ask the probability, they told a prime number. List the outcomes of an event. Which are the prime numbers here? One is not a prime number. One is not a prime number, not a composite number. So the prime numbers are 2, 3 and 5. What does it mean by prime number? The numbers having 1 and that number only the factors, that is known as the prime numbers. Here 2 means we can write 1 into 2 only. So 1 and 2 are its factors. 3 also we can write 1 into 3. 4 we can write 1 into 4 and 2 into 2. So factors of 4 is equal to 1 and 2 and 4 are the factors. More than 2 factors coming, that all numbers are composite numbers. Here 2 factors only. 2 having 1 comma 2 only the factors. 3 having 1 comma 3. The numbers having 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself. That numbers are known as the prime numbers. Here which are the prime numbers? Prime numbers are 2, 3, 5. They told the outcome of event only they ask. So if you are writing, that's okay. Then if they are asking probability of getting prime number, then what will be the probability of getting a prime number? Favorable prime numbers you got 2, 3, 5. How many numbers are there? 3 numbers. Total how many numbers are there? 6. 3 by 6, that is equal to 1 by 2. Probability of getting a prime number is 1 by 2. Next one is not a prime number. This one we can't take. One is not a prime number, not a composite number. Then not a prime number means remaining numbers we can take 4 and 6. One is prime, not composite. Then we can take which are the not a prime means composite numbers. Not a prime means composite numbers. 4 and 6 are the composite numbers. So the outcomes are possible outcomes 4 and 6. Probability of getting not a prime. Not a prime, that is equal to 2. 2 possible numbers are there. Total how many numbers are there? 6. 2 by 6, that is equal to 1 by 3. Next one is a number greater than 5. How many numbers are coming here? Greater than 5 means only one number, that is 6. Then probability will be is equal to 1 by 6. Not greater than 5. Not greater than 5 means how many numbers are there? 5 numbers. Then 5 numbers are there. Which are the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probability is equal to 5 numbers are there out of 6. 5 by 6. Probability actually they didn't ask. Events only or outcomes only you want to write. These are the die means 1 to 6 numbers are the possible outcome. Prime number means 2, 3, 5 are the prime numbers. Composite numbers are 4 and 6. And greater than 5 means only one number, that is 6. Not greater than 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Event only 1, 2 they asked, outcomes only they asked, but I explained the probability also. Next one, a bag has 4 red balls and 2 yellow balls. What is the probability of getting a red ball? Again, probability means favorable cases divided by total number of outcomes. Then total, how many total balls are there? What is the total number of balls? 4 plus 2, that's equal to 6. First question is probability of getting red ball. P of red ball. Instead of probability, we can add P and put the bracket and we write red ball. That we want to read as probability of red ball is equal to. How many red balls are there? 4. 4 by 6. If you want, you can make cut short also, then it will be 2 by 3. Next one, what is the probability of getting yellow ball? Probability of yellow ball is equal to, how many yellow balls are there? 2. Total will be 6 balls. 2 by 6, that's equal to 1 by 3. This is our probability. Okay, children, thank you.